to the races.
Off to the races. Fucking. So today's been a pretty good day. We just saw Predator. What is it called? The Predator?
I think it's just the Predator.
What's it gonna call? The Predator.
Hell yeah.
So we got
grab that. It's on the speaker.
We got Predator, Predator 2, Predators, and The Predator.
Yeah.
Now this is the fourth one in the official, line of them.
Right.
Fucking, I liked it a lot.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's not what I was expecting. Very, in every single way, different, like, tonally from all the other Predator movies. It was...
yeah.
It was really funny. Like, it was hilarious throughout. Like, there was a lot of really goofy jokes that worked. And...
some of them were corny.
Some of them were corny. See, I was worried...
Knock jokes and stuff.
Yeah. I was worried, like we talked about before, I was fucking worried that, this was going to be, like, an almost AVP-esque kind of movie. Like, because the first trailer centered on the kid, and he was in, like, in a suburban town, and it was part of the sequences were in a high school, and I was like, what the fuck are we doing here? But honestly, like, that was just the first trailer. Fucking in the movie, it worked. It didn't feel like... at no point did it feel like a PG-13 movie.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it didn't have that whole...
like the
thing. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the aliens, the Predators, and the Terminators need to always be R. Like, you can't... I don't know why when they did AVP, they went with PG-13. Like, that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, why didn't they put more fucking cool shit in it?
Yeah.
That would have made it rated R, you know?
And that is something I wanted to say about this one. Okay, so it was made by Shane Black, who was one of the soldiers in the original Predator movie.
Oh.
He was the guy with the glasses.
Right.
And in a lot of ways, I feel like a lot of the action parts that they showed us in this movie was like... some of it was stuff that I'd always wanted to see the Predator do that I'd never seen him do, like run that fast and stuff.
Yeah.
But also, it showed me these amazing fucking scenes that I didn't even know I wanted. Like that one sequence where the Predator's invisible and he got knocked down on the ground and after killing someone up in the tree. And so he's invisible, but blood is landing on his face, causing him to not be invisible anymore.
Yeah.
That was incredible. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's being taken out of camouflage because blood is being poured on him. I was like, this is so sweet. Like, oh, the shit like that. How fast he was, yeah.
There's a lot of cool stuff. And, yeah. There was a lot of stupid shit, but it wasn't trying to be, like... it wasn't trying to be Predators.
Right.
Predator 3. You know what I mean? It was trying to be different.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely. It was I'm purposely stepping away.
Yeah, it's not that kind of
It's not...
movie.
Yeah, I like I said earlier, I felt like they were having a lot of fun making the movie. I don't feel like they were taking themselves too seriously.
No, definitely not.
But that's, I mean, that all made it work and come together well. Like, so maximum entertainment. You know what I mean? That's what that was fucking maximum entertainment throughout. And even the parts where I was, for like a half a second, I was like, it's been a minute since we've seen the Predator. Boom, there he was. You know what I mean? Like, so even on the parts where it's like, why are we spending this much time in a hotel room? The hotel room scene was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was funny as fuck.
Yeah. So, like, why are we spending this much time on a fucking convoy or prisoner bus? But all those scenes were great, you know what I mean? So it worked. It made itself, by not taking itself too seriously, it made it work and have, like, a lot more going on to it.
That's fair.
And it's a really good way to get an audience member connected to a character is if the character makes you laugh. So
Yeah,
if everybody's making you laugh, you kind of feel a little
right,
bit more connected right away. You know what I
for
mean?
sure. Yeah. Now, I will say, I could see someone really tearing it apart at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
Easily. To get to the
Absolutely.
choppers,
Oh yeah, and the
oh my
ugly
god.
motherfucker references and the get to the
Yeah,
chopper references. Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
That I was like, man, they're hitting that button hard, aren't
Yeah,
they?
but it wasn't a serious movie, so
No, yeah,
if they were doing that shit in like Alien Covenant, if it was
right,
trying to be like that,
right,
this is the complete opposite
right.
of that shit.
We're going in the other
Like yeah,
direction with
and we're not
yeah,
some fucking rogue fancy ass like beauty team trying to put together some sort of
right.
fucking cinematic wonderland.
And all of it did look gorgeous. Like the costume designs for the Predators,
Yeah.
they looked incredible. Like
I wish it was less animated. But,
I was just gonna say, you could definitely tell there was a lot of animation,
yeah,
but
some scenes were actually kind of bad. I think it was the dog. One of the action scenes where it was moving very fast.
Okay.
Around the time when there were some dogs, it was just
Okay.
blurry as shit.
Okay.
But it was super fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there were a couple of spots where I was like, the CG sticks out a little bit there. But however, there were definitely guys in costumes,
No.
in Predator costumes. So it was a good like a mixing of both. If every Predator in the whole movie was all CG, I would have been pissed as fuck. That would not work. You're right. But to get him to move fast and be that agile, you do need to add a little CG here and there when he's climbing around and stuff, and that worked really well too. The music, I loved how the original Predator theme was sprinkled in throughout the movie. Like that fast drum thing. Like, yeah, I thought that was really cool. Some characters that fucking... I wish the main general guy... I don't even know, because he was always in normal clothes. But the main guy that was going around trying to round up the Predator stuff, that had the shoulder cannon and blew his own head off with it.
Yeah.
I wish he hadn't had died. I kind of was hoping that him and the main guy were actually gonna like be buddies in the end or something. Yeah, because that's kind of like Dutch and the other guy in the original.
But I think they were trying to kind of do that with the other guy.
Yeah, me too. And then he died.
Yeah, he died too.
Yeah,
they all died.
Fucking. And I really liked how it ended in a military base instead of like at home with the kid, you know what I mean, or anything like that. I'm really glad that they didn't feel any need, because there wasn't any, to resolve the fact that he was estranged from his family or anything.
Right.
Like, no, we don't need, okay, it's there, whatever, let's move, like, that's it, that's all we needed to know, and that was perfect. Like, I'm glad there was no more of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people are just not, I don't know, they haven't, it's like they lost, like, the way, like, a good way to give exposition without, like, sitting around all day.
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know. I feel like we haven't been getting that. Lately, as of, like, the last 5 years, fucking, it's like, it's just they say the plot out loud, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And their backstories out loud,
Yeah.
just like announcing it to like another person in the room, just that just so happens to be there. It's all.
I'm just gonna
see
give
someone,
you this
monologue.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw you that. Yeah.
Here's a scene, and the only reason this scene exists is to give the audience a shit ton of information.
Yeah.
Some of it they need, some of it they really don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like those. I know what you're saying. Like, just a way to weave it in instead of having to
just do it
separate
naturally.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that was something that maybe I just didn't watch shitty movies, but I don't remember seeing like terrible fucking exposition. You know what I mean? Like,
that's kind of the thing. It's like, I mean, like you said, I don't know. In the movies that I remember that are older, kind of like from the late 80s, 90s, stuff like that, it was like the whole thing was moving constantly. Like, a good example of this is Ghostbusters. Go back and fucking watch Ghostbusters. There's no jumping around anywhere. It's all just moving, flowing straight through. Like, we don't ever stop. None of the progress of the film ever stops to explain anything.
Yeah.
It's just moving. You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, in my opinion, Ghostbusters is like really, really close to a perfect movie. Like every scene is necessary. You know what I mean? Like I love that movie. So, but yeah, it's just that fluent, moving beginning and ending. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's almost like it's not in a box. That's not a good way to put it. But it's like just more fluid. It's a more self-sustaining, fluid feeling thing
I get what you
than
mean.
like having to stop and explain a bunch of shit.
Right. Yeah. Well, you just try to do it naturally. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's not even that they have to stop sometimes. It'll just be in a conversation, and yes, the reason why I want to go there is because this, and that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you give us clues and shit like that through the fucking shit that's going on in the movie, and don't just have a guy tell us the whole everything.
Let
What
the
the fuck?
situation
So
explain
obvious.
what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
And I don't know. I kind of felt like this movie did a good job. Predator was all
I'm
right.
trying to remember what I was thinking in the beginning because there was a little bit of something, but
Well, it probably there was almost a little bit when Olivia Munn's character first got to the lab.
yeah, really, because they just showed up. Hey, you like looking at the stars?
Yeah.
Okay, they fucking gave us little tidbits of information throughout, but yeah, we didn't get any information on her really when she.
But the way it worked was more like except for like she did have a minute in the beginning of that scene, but as soon as shit started to go down, the rest of the movie it was all like we're discovering this shit together on the fly. You know what I mean? Instead of
opposed to them sitting her down and saying you knew about this. You know what I mean? You've gone to college for
yeah.
we're
gonna read you your biography as if you didn't know. And then we want you to explain to us everything else that's happening here. Yeah, there are definitely movies with scenes like that.
Yeah, it might be like what comes to mind is like Twilight. First of all, no reason. You have no reason for anything to be happening there. Like they fall in love because they met. They didn't even give you a reason. There's all this bullshit, but a lot of movies fucking do that kind of shit nowadays. Post Twilight, so it's like we're in a post Twilight era.
Interesting.
Post Twilight film.
Twilight fucked up the filmmaking.
You should really watch it.
I've never seen
it. Watch it. He's fucking sitting there like I'm kind of liking this.
I mean, when I found out. I mean, because I think it was you that told me, or something. I feel like I remember being at your old house, and being like, "Oh, it's werewolves versus vampires. It's like Underworld," and
that doesn't come
you were
like
the
second one though, does it? Or is it?
There's
I
all
have
of
no
them.
idea. Yeah,
and then I think, and then I don't know. How would I know?
Seen it.
Yeah, how would I know? Fucking. But I remember like, I remember someone being like reading something or something like that. I don't know, and being like, wait, the vamp. Well, no, we saw a scene or something, and I was like, wait, how come the vampire can go out in the daytime?
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, dude, they can go out in the daytime and they just get shiny. And I was like, wait, what do you mean, like shiny? Like they blow? Like I don't know.
Sparkle.
Like literally, they sparkle. And I was like, I'm never gonna watch that. Like, never ever.
It's bad.
As soon as I found out, like, don't. Yeah, like it's the creatures of the night.
Yeah.
Like, what part of that do you not understand? Jesus Christ.
But once you watch the movie, it's so much worse. It's just the worst fucking worst filmmaking ever, dude. It's like, ugh.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Why do they love each other? No, they don't.
No reason.
There's no reason, man.
Because
Like,
he's a creature of the night.
Like, what's up? They stare at each other for 30 seconds and now they're in love? What the fuck? I guess it could be playing tricks on
Yeah, the vampire tricks.
It's true. I don't know if that was a thing in that movie.
Oh my god. You know, at the point in time that came out, for all the 8, 9, 10-year-olds that it was made for,
Yeah.
when I was 8, 9, 10, what was coming out was fucking Blade. And in that movie, if you were a vampire and walked in the day, then you were a daywalker.
Yeah.
And that was not okay. See, those were good movies.
Yeah.
They should do a fucking Blade on Netflix.
Yeah.
A series. Because he's Marvel. He's a Marvel character.
We could do Night Stalkers. That was his group.
What? Who else was in that group? What?
2 other people, I think.
I never knew that.
I have a few.
Who? Would I know any of the other two?
You might recognize one of the names, but I don't know.
See, did you watch Iron Fist yet? Iron Fist season 2 just came out.
No.
It was good. It was a lot better than the first season, that's for sure. I liked it a lot. Had some things that were weird, and I did not like how it ended. But I also didn't like how Luke Cage season 2 ended very much. I don't know. Kind of weird endings that I just don't get. Maybe because I didn't read. I don't read those comics, so I don't know those stories. Makes me want to look them up. But shit, why did I just start telling you that? There's a very specific. Oh, because in that, there's almost a backdoor fucking what do you call it when it's like The Hobbit is something.
Prequel?
There we go. Thank you. It was almost like one episode backdoor prequel to what could potentially be a spin-off series. Fucking from the Iron Fist people, his friend is Colleen Wing, who in the comics eventually does get the Iron Fist, and spoilers, gets it in the show. And her friend from the Luke Cage world, Misty Knight, who is a police detective, but spoilers, she gets her fucking arm cut off in the Defenders, and Rand Enterprises, Danny Rand, Iron Fist, he's like rich as fuck and all into technology. They fucking give her a robot arm, which makes her fucking super, pretty much. And so her and Colleen Wing, Nightwing, have a fucking small comic series together where they're detectives fighting crime and shit. So there was an episode where Misty Knight showed up because she was in the Luke Cage series and Defenders, and fucking her and Colleen Wing do their thing and hang out and shit. It was cool. So that could be something that Netflix does, and then they should do fucking a Ghost Rider series and a Blade series.
Yeah.
I think you can fucking
There's a lot of CGI in Ghost Rider.
I know.
Could be a little weird.
But you could backdoor a way into having Ghost Rider like be a suit, like have it give it like a Sons of Anarchy feel. Like yeah, like do something fucking like Sons of Anarchy meets fucking Evel Knievel. Like
yeah. But we'll want to see him all the time.
Yeah.
Because how often is he not? Is
he just Johnny Blaze?
Well, Johnny Blaze, it depends.
How often? How long does he walk around as Ghost Rider in the comics? He's just constantly Ghost Rider. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, that could be hard.
The ones I'm reading, yeah, he's just Ghost Rider. There isn't like another person that he becomes.
He doesn't like
switch back and
hang
forth.
out as Johnny and then flame on kind of a thing.
I don't know. When I'm reading, Johnny Blaze is just another character. One of them is Ghost Rider and Johnny Blaze.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Really?
And that actually connects to fucking the shit with Blade and the Dark Night Stalkers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. See if you could give me a crossover.
There is
Blade and Ghost Rider on the same screen fighting like Morbius or something. Did they ever fight Morbius?
Yeah, he might. There's a whole thing. It's Ghost Rider, Morbius, Darkhold, and Night Stalkers.
Oh yeah, dude. Give me that shit, and then throw fucking Moon Knight in there.
Throw some Moon Knight.
Yep, because they've been talking about giving Moon Knight a Netflix series.
Dude, Moon Knight might be in it. I might actually be wrong. I might be thinking of a fucking Spider-Man comic that connects. Moon Knight's in one of them though. Might be in it. Might be Morbius though. No, I don't know.
You could pull all that off, and you could bring it all together because you have a focal point villain in the universe to use for, Defenders season, whatever the fuck. Wilson Fisk, Kingpin. Because during the first Defenders, he was in jail. So he's not getting out of jail until Daredevil season 3, which apparently might be coming out October 17th. Might be. There was a poster or a tweet of a poster or something like that in a different country, and once translated it said October 17th.
Okay.
So kind of like an accidental leak. But yeah, so what would you, okay, on a scale of 0 to 5 goat heads, what would you give the Predator? If 5 goat heads is Predator 1, and 1 goat head is Alien vs. Predator, what would you give this?
Better than that.
What would you give this on that spectrum?
Slap it in the middle?
You give it like a 3?
3.
Really?
Slap it in the middle, probably. It was really funny, but I don't know. I guess if I want to put it, but I'm still in like a different place, I guess, about it. I don't know. Like, there's just so much stupid shit inside that movie.
Yeah, but it showed me so many things I wanted to see. It gave me a lot of what I wanted.
Yeah. What would you give it?
I'd probably give it... God. Because it really comes down to how much did I like it more, or how, more or less than the previous two. Like, where would I put those two on the spectrum? The one with the 8, because it's kind of hard, because this is so much funnier than any of the other ones. Like, those are all real serious movies.
Yeah, I'd say I like Predators more, just as like a movie.
Yeah, because that was the one with Adrian Brody.
Yeah,
that was a really,
movie.
Really good fucking movie. Under the radar, nobody talks about it. Fucking Adrian Brody, Topher Grace, fucking Morpheus, right?
Yep.
God damn it, Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. And a bunch of other ones. Danny Trejo.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that was a really fucking good movie that nobody talks about. So I'd probably put that one at a 4. Because I like that. I do like that one more than Predator 2, probably.
Really?
Predator 2 got weird, We're like in the gangs in LA. There were some really great scenes, though.
I haven't seen that one since I was a kid. I want to watch it on the 4K.
Yeah, do that. I got them all on Blu-ray.
Yeah?
There's like a Blu-ray 3-pack you can get for like $10 on Amazon. Yeah. But yeah, I'd probably agree with you, like 3.5, somewhere in there.
3.5? I think 3.5 is cool.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the tone just, like, kind of excuses all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if fucking that last Terminator movie was really funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I liked your comparison to Covenant, Alien Covenant. Like, if they were trying to be, like, hilarious in that or something.
Oh, and Covenant?
Yeah.
Covenant would be better if they're trying to be hilarious, because that was just so...
I guess. Yeah.
If there's no making it... How else could they make it better? I don't know. Well, I guess anything, really.
Yeah, almost anything.
Get rid of the tone. Like, Jesus Christ. Who does he think he is? Like,
I'm really fucking sick of the fucking android guy.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of it.
I'm just really sick of it.
Burn it. Get rid of it and never go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need that. Or the big fucking bald dudes.
Nope. No.
Or he wants, like this whole universe thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us a fucking movie about fucking aliens, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. to get, you know,
I mean, make it different.
bring fucking
but
honestly,
still,
honestly, no, I do different. Yeah, fucking. I want a movie about aliens, but what I also want is a movie about Ripley and aliens.
yeah,
I want Ripley back. I want a
Yeah.
proper
Well,
Alien
okay.
6 or 5 or whatever the fuck it would be. Probably 5, because I think 4 is Resurrection. That was the last. That was the last one going like in the future, and that movie ended with them crashing to Earth.
yeah, yeah. It was beautiful too. It was a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah, it was
Jesus
good. Fucking
Christ.
Ron Perlman was in that shit. Remember that? Yeah, it was good. But yeah, I don't know. So the next Terminator movie will probably be
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah.
Knowing all that shit.
Yeah.
The original cast will be back.
Literally, like the original fucking cast.
I don't.
wonder
What are
if-
they gonna do with Arnold? Though?
I wonder if the guy that, well, in one of the movies, didn't they explain why all the Terminators look like Arnold? Like, didn't they explain that at one point?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I thought it was one of the early ones.
With one of the first two.
Yeah.
They all look like. I don't think. I
Yeah,
don't
that
think
doesn't
they
make much
say. They don't
sense.
talk to anyone about anything.
Yeah.
In the first, I mean, in the second one, that's for sure.
And really, like, when you consider the Terminators we saw, all the ones that had skin, there's only one Arnold. There's 2 Arnolds, and the other one was the liquid metal one.
Yeah.
And then there was the girl one. And then
Wait.
it was all skeletons,
Alright.
pretty much. Because Arnold was the T-800, and the liquid metal one was the T-1000.
Yeah.
And there was, but okay, so Terminator, the next Terminator movie coming out is going to be all original cast and made by James Cameron again, and it's going to be like the next T3. It's erasing everything that happened and taking place right after Judgment Day. So, which never happened. So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm excited.
Me too. Maybe fucking Arnold will be like a scientist at Skynet.
Yeah. Well, that would be fucking something.
They could really have fun with it. They could fucking like James. If you're James fucking Cameron, you could probably go to fucking Apple and be like, "Can we like say Apple is Skynet in our movie?" Like, fucking
Google.
do a whole thing, or Google, yeah. Because that's what they did in oh yeah, you've seen American Horror Story. The new season premiered on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
American Horror Story Apocalypse.
Oh boy.
The intro sequence, where like the world is ending, pretty much. That was cool. That was a cool sequence. I enjoyed that. It immediately like got me in, you know. And then everything after that was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it was just fucking rough, dude. Like, they're in a fucking bomb shelter or some shit, and like nothing makes a damn bit of sense. And it's all like supposed to be technologically advanced, but we're walking around with candles and everything's candlelit.
Yeah.
And everyone's wearing like Victorian-esque era clothing for no apparent reason. like what? What
Maybe
the
they'll
fuck?
explain it, but that's
Just
fucking weird.
Bizarre. Yeah. But one kind of somewhat clever thing that they did, one thing I kind of did like was, I thought it was funny. There's a scene where they go to like this family's house, and they're like, they point at like one of the sons, and they're like, "You're coming with us." And they're like, "Why?" He's like, "He was chosen. He has fucking superior genetic DNA. He was chosen to fucking continue the human race forward after this fucking, because everything's about to die." And gets in there like, "How did you get my DNA?" And they go, "You submitted it to Ancestry.com." I was like, yes! I was like, that was funny. I liked that. Predator was good. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. Fuck. I enjoyed it. What's the next movie coming? Venom. Venom's the next movie.
Yeah.
One thing, I got a little bit disappointed, but in my head, so for a little while, there's been some like people bitching about what it might be rated, and in my head, I was like, give it the fucking PG-13 rating, get as many asses in the seats as you can to make as much fucking money off this movie as you can, and then give us an unrated bloody version when it comes out on Blu-ray, like the uncut version. Just film a really hard R-rated movie, and then cut the R-rated sequences until the Blu-ray.
What's the argument for being
not being R to begin with?
Yeah.
Just because kids won't be able to go to it, and they want kids to go to it because that's money. And I think they
wouldn't it be too late for that now?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is they would have had to have thought about this quite a while ago. Hopefully, maybe they did. You know what I mean? Maybe they did. Because
I don't care if kids don't fucking see it.
I know, neither do I. But just like 2 days ago, it got announced as PG-13.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that just
but already there's rumors about an unrated R version on Blu-ray.
With more tits, hopefully.
Tits? Venom titties?
Not Venom titties.
She-Venom?
No, of course not. Just random. Just tits. But usually they just give us fucking ass. And dick lately. Have you noticed?
It's probably going to be Eddie Brock ass.
Yeah,
I promise you we'll see his ass in that movie. I promise you. We will see his ass in that movie.
Oh my god. You fucking...
yes! Indeed you will. I will move in the audience.
Oh god. Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean it'll be bad at all.
Oh no.
It's just...
No, it's not. It's not going to be. See, that's the thing, though, is I know that the scene that was shown at San Diego Comic-Con didn't get released online, but I read a description of it. And the scene in the trailer where he's in, like, the little shop and he's picking up the guy and he's like, what does he say? You'll be like a something rolling down the wind, this armless, legless thing, or something like that. Apparently, that whole sequence was shown at San Diego Comic-Con, and at the end of it, Venom fucking literally bites the dude's head off, and you, like, see everything, it said. It said it was super gory. So, if that scene is not super gory when we see it in October in the theaters, that means there's going to be some good shit on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And... I watched the fucking super duper extended cut of Deadpool 2. Have you seen Deadpool 2 yet?
I watched the fucking full cut too, I think.
The super duper one with the 15 minutes extra?
I think it said director's cut or some shit like that.
That's probably it. But yeah, I got the fucking extended version and it was way better. Like, 15 minutes of movie.
What's in it?
What's in it that's different? The after credit scenes. So you saw the after credit sequence, sort of, where he's jumping through time.
Yeah.
In the version you saw, did he go to see Baby Hitler?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw the super duper cut. Yep. That was not in the theater. That was not in the theater. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. It was so good. But the greatest scene ever was when he showed up in with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Caps himself. Just cleaning up the timeline. Bah, 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 bah. Like, unloads a clip.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Dude, yeah. Deadpool 1 and 2 are like top. They're to me, they're up there with favorites, like almost right next to Dark Knight and shit. Like, they're so fucking good. So good. They're perfect. Fucking Juggernaut, when he ripped him in half, that was wonderful. That was wonderful.
You told me that he was in it, but I completely forgot.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I told you all that shit, it was when it first came out, months ago. So
My God, when they all died, X-Force. They turned Shatterstar into kind of like a douchebag.
so funny though when everybody else jumped out of the plane and he's like falling like a ninja.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh my God, I was dying, dude. That shit was so funny. Yeah. I guess you don't land better than a human. Some shit like that. It's chopped up in a helicopter.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, that was good.
yeah,
That was
that
really, really
crazy.
good. Vanisher, did you notice who that was?
Yeah.
And when Cable first comes through time and he walks up and there's those two truckers that he steals their truck and drives away. Remember that scene? The fucking trucker on the left is Matt Damon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
No, I only fucking picked up on it when I saw it again, and I could hear, and I listened for the voice. You could hear it in the guy's voice, but he's in full fucking makeup. He's got like a fat suit on. He's like, he looks like he's in overalls and shit. Like, yeah. And the camera never really gets that close, so you never really get a good look at his face at all.
Cool.
But it's cool that he's in it. And did you catch the guy that created Deadpool's cameo?
Oh.
He was the prison guard that threw him into the cell when he went to the prison with the kid.
Who created?
The original creator. We
Liefeld?
talked about him on an episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't see that.
He's in both of them.
I didn't know he's in them.
Just like fucking Stanley.
Yeah?
He pops in both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Wasn't there a Spawn update?
Yeah, let's look it up. Where's your phone? I don't even know what my phone is. Oh, it's right down here. Keep away from the fucking microphone.
Yeah. Well, who's in it so far? Who do we got?
I don't know, honestly.
What is his name?
Jamie Kennedy? Or Jamie Foxx? I don't even know how I got that fucked up. Jamie Foxx is in it. I think he's playing Spawn.
I heard something about Jeremy Renner, but I don't know if that's real at all.
Hawkeye?
Yeah. I don't see anything about it on the headline.
Jamie Foxx is Spawn.
Upcoming Spawn film starring Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner.
Oh shit! All right. Who the fuck does Jeremy Renner play?
One of the guys. He's gonna be like the star. Apparently, it's gonna follow Twitch and his sidekick, two cops. That
Oh yeah, and Spawn's gonna be in the background. Yeah.
And he's playing Twitch.
The most recent news that I'm seeing. It looks like Spawn working title revealed. Shooting begins in early 2019. Jeremy Renner as Detective Twitch Williams. And the title of the film will be... Wait.
The title?
No, the working title of the
Oh.
film will be Tony Dynamite.
What?
And then it will begin filming January 19. The Spawn reboot has been picking up steam for the last handful of months, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fuck yeah, when you cast Renner and Fox.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's kind of crazy. So that'll be dope. Do we have any other movies coming up? Godzilla.
Yeah, that's next
Venom.
year.
Yeah,
But
Godzilla
in
next
terms
year.
of soon, it's a weird year. We got Venom in October and Aquaman.
Oh,
Aquaman's
yeah.
in November.
That trailer we seen today looked pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that movie looks great. The trailer's fantastic. I'm definitely going to see that. But it's a weird one because it's going to be December and there's no Star Wars movie or Marvel movie or like Lord of the Rings movie or
Yeah.
anything. It's So and you know what too? I thought of this the other night, dude. So these fucking Netflix shows. Uh, something that I got excited about happened this year. For the first time this year, all 4 characters got a new season.
Yeah.
And everyone except Punisher, but he's not really one of the defenders. He's just kind of, or pops in from now and again. But they are filming his second season right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, damn. So they put out 4 new seasons of all 4 defenders in 1 year. I was happy about that, and then I started thinking about it the other night, and I remembered that Disney is about to launch their own streaming service, and so their competition with things like Netflix, and they already pulled all of the Avengers movies from Netflix. No, they're still on there now, but once the streaming service drops, all the Avengers movies are moving over there. So I'm worried that Netflix is like, all right, let's get all of our last seasons for these characters out now before they all have to move to the other streaming service, which would be awful. Probably. Unless they do. I mean, unless
the service will be awful.
No, it will be awful.
Just the fact that they have to move and you have to pay for something else.
No, not that end of it. My worry would be because right now, literally how it works is there's a hallway with like 6 rooms, and 1 room's Daredevil, 1 room's Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Punisher, Jessica Jones. And all of them are writing and filming and doing everything at the same time, and they're all just allowed to fucking play basically in this fucking space. It's really fucking fluid. They all know what's going on with each other's shows, story points that each other can play off of and hit and stuff like that. So if that goes away, then maybe the quality diminishes. And if they have to move, if Disney doesn't provide that same sort of atmosphere, like that's the great thing about Netflix and things like even HBO and stuff, is they're just giving these people room to play and like let the creative people be fucking creative, and we'll worry about selling ads on. You know, if it's good, it's gonna sell ads. Like that's all it needs to be is good. Netflix figured that out. Hopefully the Disney streaming service. I mean, that's what they do with the movies though. That's why all these fucking Marvel movies are so good, is because they're letting Kevin Feige fucking. There was one Fat Man on Batman where they interviewed the 2 writers of Infinity War and Civil War, and fucking they were like, yeah, like it's really fucking like we're just really allowed to do whatever the fuck we want, and like we have all these different ideas, we're trying to figure out how to string them all together. And Kevin Smith was like, how does Kevin Feige play into it all? Like, what happens when you're sitting there writing Civil War, and we've got most of it done at this point, and Kevin Feige literally pops his head into the room, and he didn't even say anything. He just went, or no, he did. I think he did say, he's like, you might have to change some things. They're like, what? And he goes, making the hand symbol for Spider-Man, like shooting a web, and they're like, oh shit, we got Spider-Man. So now we have to rework this story to put Spider-Man into it. Like, he's literally this, like, magician guy that just pops. So at some point, he's going to pop into a room and go, shink, for some claws, you know what I mean? Like, and they're going to work in some fucking X-Men, and, you know. So if you can do that with the shows, you know, if you're doing it with the movies, it's proven, you know, the method works. That's so, you know, maybe it won't be a bad thing. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know, but we'll see. It was my theory though. I was like, damn it, maybe that's why Netflix is dropping all these real quick this year, because they might basically cash in on all the property they can do, and to give us make it so the fucking stories aren't left completely hanging and shit. You know what I mean? And honestly, if it does all end next year, like if all these shows just vanish up after next year, which I'm sure it won't because they're huge, but if they did, at least we got what we got.
Right.
And what we got was fucking gold.
That's cool.
Like, oh, so much gold in that shit.
When the hell was Punisher coming
Punisher 2,
out?
it's, if I had to guess, springtime.
Yeah.
Springtime at the latest. Because
Fuck.
there's been a bunch of stuff about that. Like, they've been, people have taken pictures of them filming on the street and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of videos, and he's in the fucking Punisher chest. He's got the Punisher chest piece on, and fucking Russo's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited for that. But the weird part is that his face isn't fucked up. And he's not wearing a green screen face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what if they do something real crazy with Jigsaw where he just looks normal? I don't know if that would make me happy or if it would upset me. Because I kind of want to see a fucked up face. But also, it'd be almost creepier if it wasn't. It's like all that fucked upness is just inside of him then, you know? Like, and that's kind of, I don't know. That's the biggest thing that bothered me about season 2 of Iron Fist, is they actually put him in almost the costume, and they literally had the mask in play, but he never put it on, and he never got in full costume, like, with the mask, and it fucking pissed me off. It bothered the shit out of me. But it was actually a really good season, and honestly, my favorite character in it, besides, like, Colleen Wing and Misty Knight and Danny Rand, was fucking Bill Ward, which is Danny's, like, sort of adopted brother, sort of. And, like, the first season, he's just kind of like this annoying guy that keeps kind of being dumb. I don't know. But in this season, he, like, had a real purpose and fucking, like, it was really well acted, too. I liked that actor a lot. Well, yeah. How long have we been talking? Holy shit. I thought it was like 20 minutes. That's awesome. Oh, man, that's awesome. Hell yeah. You want to wrap it up?
Sure.
Shit. All right. So this has been our fucking The Predator review.
Yeah.
3.5 out of fucking 5 goat heads is what Lost in the Dark podcast gives The Predator. Which ain't fucking bad. Ain't fucking bad. Liked it a lot. I hope they do a 5th one. Which I'm sure someone will eventually. You know who I want to do the 5th one? James Cameron.
Yeah.
Because the Predator series is the only one he hasn't touched.
Huh?
So I want James Cameron's Predator.
Hell yeah.
That would be epic. So on that, we will end.
Rock on.
We love you all.